In this video, I review my experience sailing on the Celebrity Apex in June 2026 from Southampton, England, through Belgium and Norway. The Apex belongs to Celebrity's newest class of Edge-class ships. If you want a stress-free start to your vacation, the best advice is to arrive as early as possible. We made it to the terminal well ahead of schedule, and they actually allowed us to board at 11 a.m., which is half an hour before the official check-in time of 11:30. Because of that, the entire embarkation process was very smooth, completely avoiding the heavy lines that usually build up closer to midday. Walking around, it's immediate just how beautiful the ship is. Even though it's been in service for a few years now, it still feels brand new. Maintenance is clearly an investment. The carpets aren't stained, the paint isn't chipped, and everything feels pristine. What I appreciate most about the layout is that it offers a space for every type of mood. You can head down to Eden if you want a relaxing atmosphere with a live acoustic music, or move over to the multi-story Grand Plaza if you're looking for a livelier, more social environment. The attention to detail extends to the artwork across the ship, featuring striking contemporary installations like the massive metallic sculptures in the prominent public spaces and the nature-inspired pieces lining the corridors towards Eden. Navigating the ship is also incredibly straightforward for two reasons. First, there are almost no dead ends. The only deck you can't fully walk across is Deck 3, and that's because of the kids' camp at sea, which intercepts the path. Second, the layout is highly logical. Nearly all of the public venues and activities are clustered on Decks 3, 4, 5, and up on Deck 14. This keeps the stateroom decks neatly sandwiched in between, creating a quiet separation between the cabin spaces and the communal areas. On this sailing, we decided to skip the specialty restaurants entirely and ate exclusively at the Ocean View Cafe buffet for lunch and one of the 4 main dining rooms for dinner. I have nothing but positive things to say about both. Breakfast at the buffet was a consistent highlight, especially the French toast and the high-quality smoked salmon. For dinner, the variety of proteins on the rotational menus were impressive, spanning from escargot to chicken, lamb, beef, duck, pork, and multiple types of fish. But if there's one meal you cannot absolutely miss, it's the lunch buffet at the Ocean View Cafe on the final sea day. I've never seen a cruise buffet put together a spread this impressive. The theme was seafood and chocolate. On the savory side, they offered a selection of fish, including sea bass, grilled shrimp, salmon, alongside fresh lobster rolls and raw oysters. And on the sweet side, the Belgian chocolate fountain and piles of chocolate spread was a massive hit. For dinner, the main dining room concept on Edge-class ships is well worth it and an upgrade over traditional cruise setups. Instead of one massive dining room, the space is broken into 4 distinct, smaller themed restaurants clustered on decks 3 and 4. The menu is structured into 3 parts: the classics, which are standard favorites available every night across all 4 venues, the exclusives, which are specific to each individual restaurant's theme and are available every night, and then the nightly rotational, which is a unique menu that changes completely every evening. So the best part of this setup is flexibility. Just because you are assigned to one specific restaurant doesn't mean you're locked out of the others, and you can actually request the exclusive items from any of the 4 kitchens, regardless of where you sit. Before we move on to the next section, if you're getting value out of this, a quick like and subscribe goes a long way for my channel. We originally booked a standard inside cabin, but decided to use Celebrity's Move Up bidding program, and by doing so, we managed to secure an upgrade to an infinite veranda balcony for only $250 total, which was the minimum bid that they allowed us to put down. That's an incredible value, and likely happened because the cruise line was looking to fill remaining inventory right before the sail date. The cabin exceeded expectations. The soundproofing is excellent. We didn't hear our neighbors a single time throughout the cruise. You do occasionally feel a slight, low-frequency rumble from the engine, but that's more of a vibration rather than actual disruptive noise. Storage space was more than adequate. Even with 3 people in the room, there were plenty of charging options, including USB-A ports right by the bedside. I also appreciated some of the higher tech features integrated in the room. For example, the digital control panel allowed us to seamlessly cycle through 3 distinct lighting phases, control the motorized blackout blinds, and adjust the climate control. The AC was impressively quiet. One important detail to keep in mind, though, is in the interest of energy efficiency, climate control shuts off completely the moment you open the top half of the infinite veranda window. Moving on to entertainment, the theater lineup over our 7 nights was heavily focused on vocalist and production shows, with only a single night dedicated to a guest magician/comedian. The overall caliber of the entertainment was exceptionally high, especially when compared to what I've experienced on other major lines like Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, or Princess. The vocalists are remarkably talented and have a deep, versatile repertoire. But where Celebrity truly sets itself apart is the choreography and the technical difficulty of their production shows. They heavily integrate high-level acrobatics and aerialists into the performances, which is something you rarely see executed at this scale on competing lines. My personal favorite was a show called The Tree of Life. The concept is highly creative, breaking the performance down into the 4 seasons, with both the music and the performers' elaborate costumes changing to reflect the time of year. The entire production revolves around a massive tree set right in the center of the ship's signature circular and immersive stage. It's visually stunning and makes excellent use of the theater's panoramic LED screens. To wrap things up, I want to highlight a few smaller details that really elevate the experience. First, it's clear that Celebrity chooses to invest in premium food items at the buffet rather than cutting corners. While lines like Norwegian have scaled back, Celebrity consistently puts out premium options like smoked salmon and herring every morning, and high-quality proteins like oxtail, duck, and fresh ceviche for lunch and dinner. Second, I noticed something interesting with the ship's Wi-Fi. On both the sailing and my cruise on the sister Edge ship last year, I discovered that you can actually text family members on board via the app, or friends and family back on land, simply by connecting to the ship's Wi-Fi network, and that's all without actually paying for an internet package. On almost any other cruise line, you'd be forced to buy a daily internet plan just for basic communication, so whether this is an intentional perk or functional glitch on Celebrity, it ended up being a huge benefit. Third, for fitness enthusiasts, the gym is open 24/7. Most other lines don't unlock the fitness centers until 6 a.m., which can be frustrating if you like to get an early workout like me before the sun comes up. Finally, Celebrity deserves credit for all of their, what they call, enrichment programming. Instead of just standard destination pitches, they host genuinely educational talks in the main theater. This included 2 fascinating seminars led by an onboard naturalist or biologist, as well as an insightful presentation by the cruise director who peeled back the curtain on what daily life is actually like for the crew members living and working at sea. So in conclusion, sailing on Celebrity Apex was a top-notch experience. I would definitely rate it an A or an A+, and it solidifies my impression that Celebrity's Edge-class ships are one of the best class of ships at sea. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then drop a like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.